Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Coaching to Flourish podcast. I am your host for this week. Raj is out. She will be back in 2 weeks. Excited to see you all and excited for this week's topic, which is from this book here, The Systems View of Life by Unifying Vision by Capra and Luisi. This book here, I don't know if I can see it really well. There we go. There's too much glare happening. The idea of a systems view of life and what we're going to look at today specifically are three questions, three things that we're going to look at. And this idea from systems is something that I've studied exclusively as a life coach. And so the thing that we're going to get out of today is, what does it look like? What does even a systems view of life look like? And what does that, how does it involve your inner narrative, the narrative that we keep with ourselves throughout minute to minute, hour by hour? What impact can a systems view of life have on us? So here we are. Get a piece of paper, pen. I have some exercises for us today as we look at this. And the first idea that we're going to look at here is comes from Leonardo da Vinci. And Leonardo da Vinci was a genius, inventor, designer, painter, and artist. Someone who really, truly looked at life and tried to learn as much as possible. And many of Leonardo da Vinci's designs come from nature. We'll call this a natural view of life. In the book, it talks about Leonardo's work. I mean, it's still Aristotelian in the sense of looking at, what's happening in nature and seeking to describe, what is, looking at evidence and moving from that direction. This idea of looking at, Leonardo did not pursue science and engineering to dominate nature, as Francis Bacon would advocate a century later. We'll talk about Cartesian ideas next. But to learn as much as possible. He was in awe of the beauty and complexity of natural forms, patterns, and processes, aware that nature's ingenuity was far superior to human design. And accordingly, he often used natural processes and ideas in order to create his designs. From this idea of looking at nature as a teacher, this is where Da Vinci was looking at. And then you have the scientific revolution continue. You have Galileo Galilei look at Jupiter's moons in 1609, 1610, and realize that nature can be measured. And this represents a huge shift in systems thinking of looking at how can human beings dominate nature through knowledge, through understanding the mathematical equations behind the motions of the planets, which led to a huge advancements, but also this idea that human beings are somehow separate from ecology. And this separateness still dominates some of our thinking today. It still dominates the idea that we are separate somehow from our lives, that we can dominate these areas that in our lives that happen. And this represents an older thinking that is receding or needs to recede even sooner in favor of the next systems view of life, which is the ecological. And this is the systems view that looks at we as human beings are all connected. We're all connected through spirit. We're all connected through material. We're all connected through energy. We are all essentially one. And when you look at us from a quantum physics standpoint, from the idea of field string theory, if you're looking at the idea of space and time, it starts to get where science and spirituality, the mix between those gets blended very quickly. And so when we're looking at a systems view of life, the next kind of ecological idea here is, and the main question that we're going to look at today is two questions. One is, to what degree do you think of yourself as separate from your life? And what that means is, to what degree do you feel like you're a separate entity walking through, doing your day-to-day thing and think, okay, so I can, like, here I am, but I'm just like, moving through my world, versus what happens when you shift that and think, okay, so to what degree am I connected? To what degree is everything around me an extension of me? Now, these ideas seem kind of far out. They kind of seem like, okay, so what is this really, like, what are we really talking about? And ideas of what coaching does, and what coaching does so well, is it helps us look at ideas. It helps us look at things that are so close to us, things that we take for granted, things that we would never actually bring into our consciousness or conscious thinking about. And it helps us look at those things and ask yourself as you go throughout your day, to what degree do I think that I'm separate from everything happening to me versus to what degree do I feel like everything that's happening to me is also an extension of me? This isn't a question that has a definitive answer. It has, it has its implications, and you think about the historical ideas of the time. Leonardo da Vinci's studying nature, being a student of nature. Then you have Bacon and Cartesian ideas of no, human beings dominate nature. And now we're moving into more of an ecological of we need to get to a place where we view ourselves as one with nature to get to these ideas of how we can have physics and chemistry and ideas of even ethics, all move together in this world that we all find ourselves swimming in. So again, the idea that we're playing with is, to what degree do you view yourself as separate from the things happening around you versus to what degree do you find yourself connected as an extension of these things happening? And when you ask yourself what perspective is going to help you at what time to achieve your goals, this is the work that I've been playing with lately. And a systems view of life helps you not only look at that inner dialogue that you have with yourself, but it helps you start to shift and figure out in your own inner world, the world where only you walk, what's going to be the most useful perspective to help you achieve the most meaningful goals in your life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for this coaching to Flourish. Tuesday, Raj is going to be out again next week, but then in 2 weeks, we're going to get back to looking at demos and overviews and things like that. Thank you for being part of the larger coach training EDU community. I hope to see you soon.